with a dream in my pocket. Took a step and I couldn't stop it. Every stumble lit a fire inside. Now I walk with my head held high. Lessons learned and bridges burned. Still I rise with every turn. This is more than just a climb. It's my moment, it's my time. No more hiding in the crowd. Gonna wear my soul out loud. The world is waiting just to see all the magic inside of me. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, you've got every right. You are special, let it show. Be yourself and let it flow. Stand out, don't dim your glow. You were born to steal the show. Shine, shine like you mean it. Shine so bright they can't believe it. Pages turn, but the heart stayed true. Every scar's got a golden hue. Telling my story in my own style. With every post, every smile. From the hustle to the heart. Every ending's a brand new start. Turning passion into plans. Now I'm dancing where I stand. I don't chase, I'm magnetized. My journey's written in the skies. If you're watching, hear me say, you're a light to find.
Hello everyone, Narelle Warcon here from Mackay, Queensland, Australia. Thank you for joining in and thank you for being here again on our weekly YouTube live where we go out all across the world. So today has been a little bit of a sad day for me and I just want you to bear with me a little bit. We will go into something a little bit different and something I have prepared. Our topic today was meant to be stronger together moving forward, and I just felt that I'm not quite ready to do that right now, so I've changed it around a little bit so it's not so emotional. As you may have heard, I have elderly neighbours, and my elderly neighbour gentleman, hello everyone joining in, Dave and Margaret are their names, and I have been asking, hi Vivine, I have been asking for prayers. I will come over to the chat in a minute. I just want to share this with you. I have been asking for prayers for Dave and Margaret as Dave had a fall a week ago down the stairs in their home, and he broke his hip. Now, it was quite tragic in the sense that he was taken by ambulance. His wife, who's only a tiny little thing, Dave is 84 and she is 82 later on this year. So what had happened was he went into emergency. She came over and asked my son and I to take her up to the hospital, which we did, and we sat there until such time as we found out for her what was happening with Dave. Dave he went in and he had surgery then on the Friday because he was taking blood thinners. They had to delay the surgery for a bit to fix his hip because you need your blood to be able to clot rather than just be too thin. Otherwise, you can bleed to death. So he has been in hospital. There was a couple of times their son arrived and he took over. Sort of, we were just there as the beautiful neighbours that we both are to each other, to be there to support, particularly Margaret, for what she was going through. She was quite upset. She was quite shaken by the whole ordeal. So I can understand that, So anyway, we got a phone call this morning from their son, who had gone home only on Monday, to say that things have taken a worse turn, and Dave has now gone into palliative care. So there is nothing more that they can do for him. Like I said, it's a very sad day for me today because we went up to the hospital with, Margaret went up and we allowed her a little bit of time to spend time with him. He is non-responsive. He's not being treated for anything except just comfort care now. So it's a very sad day because we have beautiful neighbours, and they have always been there for us and us for them. And it's one of those things for Margaret that her husband went in with a broken hip and is not coming home. She is very saddened, and I just ask that if you do pray, please pray for Dave and Margaret and their family at this present time, because it will only be a matter of time before he passes away. So if I look a little bit sore in the eyes, I have had a few tears today, and I'm strong. Everything's fine. I don't know what happened there. Is everything still okay? Can everybody hear me? If you can give me a thumbs up or see me, that would be really appreciated. Thank you so much, Jean. Can everybody give me just a bit of a thumbs up? Abdul, can you hear me? Thank you, Vivine. Thank you all for coming in. I really do appreciate it. I'm not quite sure whether something just fell out then, like the live stream, but please, if you are here and you are hearing me, please give me a thumbs up, a heart. I would love some hearts, and I'd really love some hugs, because, like I said, I'm an emotional being. I have a big heart. And I wouldn't think my beautiful dear Margaret, the neighbour, keeps saying, I don't know what I'd do without you, Narelle. And I said, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but right here next to her, because that's what life is all about, right? It's about supporting. So what's going on? Oh my gosh, so much is going on. I'll come over to the chat now. I just wanted to share that with you, because you may find that tonight is a little bit more emotional for me, but I come to you live every Wednesday night or morning or afternoon, and I'm here, and I need to be here not only for myself but for you guys as well. So please, if you do pray, please keep them in your prayers and uplift them right now, because Margaret needs that inner strength, just to sort of get through this. I'm afraid that, part of life is death, and we don't know when that's going to happen. So, keep living your lives and keep uplifting each other. Show love and care wherever you are. So, Patricia Parent, thank you so much for joining us from Saskatchewan. And thank you for your love and prayers. Appreciate that. Jean, thank you so much for coming in every week. Jean's just about an everyday person. So, M. Kaylee, thank you so much for your support. Saraj, really appreciate. There's a big echo coming through from me. Not sure whether you can hear it. So, Vivine, thank you for calling in, and you're probably in the car traveling home, but thank you so much. I will catch up with you soon, Vivine. It's just been one of those weeks. Kenton's here from New Zealand. Thank you again, Kenton. I really appreciate you being here and everything, and all the positives that you guys put in the chat. Really appreciate that. Hey, it really is something that is uplifting to me right now, and it also helps those who may not be able to speak out like I am. But just remember, there's people suffering all over our world, and we certainly need that prayer going up to uplift. It's not about thinking or dragging ourselves into the negative of what's happening in the world. It really is about supporting, love, caring, and reaching out to those in need. So, Abdul, thank you so much for joining us. And anybody else that I may have missed, for those coming in on LinkedIn and those on my Narelle Warcon author page, thank you so much for joining in as well. Please leave a message over there. I do appreciate each and every one of you for taking your time to come each week to listen to something that I may have to share. Sorry for bringing you bad news today. I just needed to share that with people that I know will uplift and keep my neighbours in prayer. So thank you so much. So, hi, Glenda, lovely to see you. So in saying that, if you've missed what I've just shared, then please go back and listen to the recordings or any of the recordings over the last few weeks. I have changed tonight because, like I said, I'm just not strong enough at the present time to talk about stronger together. I know we are strong together moving forward. However, tonight for me, I just wanted to change things and make it a little bit different. So please bear with me. I will be reading a little bit tonight just because my head is not in the right place. But I love you all so dearly. And I will get back to some of those messages that you are sending through. So over the past year, I've shared a lot with you, stories from my autobiography, Blonde Roots. That's about my survival and triumph over sexual, physical, and mental abuse, and weekly conversations during Who, What, Where Wednesdays, and helpful insights through the Ready, Set, Go program. I do hope that they have helped you in some way. And I know that things are a little bit sort of all over the place at the moment, and we're all feeling, a little bit emotional, I suppose, and what's happening, particularly say in our business moving forward. There's just different things happening. And one of the things I'll just share with you now before I go on is that Chris Johnson said in I believe it's a post that went out on Facebook. Like I said, I've not been really on Facebook the last day or two fully, so please forgive me. But I know that this one came up for me, and Chris said, "You do not need to know the path if you trust the guide." Now, for me, the guide is God, okay? But in our business, we know that it's Ash. So if you trust Ash, then you don't need to know the path. How many times in your life you can't look ahead? You can't look down the path and go, oh, that's going to happen way down there. And, you can only look back and see what happened and see the growth that you've had since you've moved forward. Since you've taken those steps, since you've made different decisions in your life and different choices, it would be interesting to see if anybody sort of felt that. But that you can't know the path ahead, okay? Nobody can do that. Nobody can predict the path ahead fully, okay? Or for my thinking, nobody knows what the next minute will bring, or the next hour, or the next day. So love on those that you love, and love on those that you don't love, because every one of us is here for a reason. And I do believe that the path ahead is being made for us. That vision, that mission, that moving ahead, we have to trust. That's a big thing. And there's been over the last couple of weeks, there's been some trust thingies come up for myself, where I've really had to dig deep in what, why, and how come, and go through a bit of an emotional grieving in a sense. And these things happen to all of us at different times. At the end of the day, we are human, and we change instantly and adjust when and where we can. Absolutely, Vivine. I think, in saying that, Vivine, I find that some people struggle to change. Some people, it's okay to say words, and we say it, you say it, I say it every week. I come to you and say different things, whether it's worthiness or whether it's about caring and loving and stuff like that. That was, oh, okay. Seems to be, I am in a line with that, because Jean, I need you to send me the link for that one, because I can never find it. So if you don't mind sending it in my Facebook Messenger, the link to that, I would really appreciate it. Now, going on. So I shared those things with you. Yeah, thank you, Kenton. I appreciate that. And I know that my story is a part of your story. It's where you came from. It's what you've lived through. But sometimes there's going to be things that I share that resonate with things that you've gone through, things that you might have thought, I didn't know what to do. I wish I'd known that at that time. And we can all go back and do that. We can't live in the past. We can't change it, not one little bit of it, okay? You can make that choice or that change from today forward and keep moving forward. Okay, so today I thought it might be useful and, a little bit of fun to give you some behind the scenes look at what I actually use every day online. So are you interested in hearing a little bit about what I do and, what I use? Because a lot of people are out there. There's a lot of apps. There's a lot of online presence with different people trying to sell you something, or this is the best, or that's the best. And, like I said, I've brought you things with Ready, Set, Go in that step-by-step basic steps through the Ready, Set, Go program. It's about sometimes trusting the person who's telling you. And like I said, I've done all of this before, so that I've been able to make those ups and downs in your online journey a little bit easier, right? I can't take away everything, but I can make it a little bit easier with step-by-step basics. So remembering that it's important what I share is what I've used or what I'm using. Okay. And like I said, I've taken out all the little bits of crackling in there that doesn't need to be there, and you don't need to go through that. So behind the scenes, if you're interested in any of that, that's really good, because we're going to do it anyway. So look at what I actually use online. There are tools, platforms, and devices that help me stay organized, stay creative, and keep sharing my journey with you. So each week, I usually bring a topic, I usually bring something to you, which usually relates to where we are or what we can be doing moving forward. Remember, there's been a bit of a lull, and I said that it was probably best if we do something and start to be a little bit creative with what we can do in that time of waiting. Okay, so if you're starting out or looking to build your own online presence, these might just help you too. Okay, so the first one is YouTube. You know that I'm a YouTube presence. It's, of course, my first one is YouTube. I use it daily to share both short videos and longer form content. Every week I go live for our Who, What, Where Wednesday live stream, where I talk about everything from my personal journey to topics that are part of the Ready, Set, Go program. Okay, so again, if you find this of value, please share it out, because there's a lot of things here that sort of nip down into what actually works and what can work for you and what is definitely working for me. Others may use different tools, and some of these you might go, oh, never heard of that. So it might be something worth having a look at. So every video you see is created by me. So when you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, you will find that you'll find them anyway, even if you don't subscribe, but I would really love it if you did. It costs nothing. So, but you will find those videos and the shorts, okay? And then there's the where I go live. So if you pop over and just leave me a little message on one of those shorts or videos, but I create all of them right from scratch, all right, from start to finish. It's one of my favorite ways to connect with you all. Like I find it a connection, like something might be going on in life, just in my life, but it'll connect with some of you out there. I love color. I love creating. I love being in that in that arena of bringing something of value or inspirational or something like that. Love quotes. So I hope that you do like those. And like I said, if you can pop over and just leave me a little bit of a hello, thank you, love it, whatever you want to do. So do you my question is for you today, right? And I have a question for you. Do you prefer watching longer videos or quick shorts? Let me know in the comments. I'm always curious, because some of my videos aren't lengthy ones and I do shorts. But what do you like watching? Will you sit and watch a short, or is your are you limited to time so you only watch shorts? Do you pick out like, okay, I've got this amount of time, or is it just something that you blazingly sort of go through because it settles you down in the afternoon and you don't really want to think about anything in particular, or evening, sorry, not afternoon, unless you go to bed in the afternoon. But you know what I mean? Like, what do you like watching? Do you go to YouTube to watch? Thank you so much, Jen. Love you. Yes. And Kaylee, I'm a little bit like that too. I think shorts have got a very big, a big arena on YouTube, because a lot of people are tied to different time frames and things like that. So definitely put it in there if you want to share that. Do you prefer watching longer videos or quick shorts? And just pop it into the chat if you can. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so my second one is Ecamm Live. Now, as you know, and a lot of you have messaged me or told me that when we come to you live, we come to you very professional. So Ecamm Live is that professional polish, the way that things move. Yes, I have a production manager, and yes, we do this together. Like the Ecamm Live sort of allows us to do remotely So he's controlling all the back end movements and things like that. So I can be the professional voice. So I can share with you. I'm not thinking about what needs to go where and where comes in. Oh, goodness gracious. I know we can't all have a production manager, but Ecamm Live is something that you can do personally. It can be set up quite easily for you. It's just for me, because I come to your live usually with information or value, that it allows me to just be focused on what I'm doing. So it's a real game changer, honestly. It looks professional. Do you agree that this looks professional? Particularly borders, when the links come in and things like that. I have a logo up there in the right hand corner, so you can see that I can just concentrate. I don't really need to think, because my production manager and I have worked together for a very long time, over 12 years, off and on, and he knows me very well and I know him very well. So just remember that if you are using something like a live stream, there can be lots of problems with that. And we've seen that on many of our business, other people doing things where live stream has been or can be quite a big problem. So if you're thinking about live streaming, this one is definitely worth looking into. It's called Ecamm Live, and it will come up there on the screen. So let's talk about my website. You saw it last week for a little while, and I will share that a little bit more with you today, because I am very, very excited. So you know that I have a new website. I have a website, narellewarcon.com. And what I'm doing is rebuilding that. So again, my production manager is working in the background with a lot of the, everything you need to set it up. And I'm doing all the fancy stuff. And I tell you, it takes hours to get the proper photos. It takes hours to get the content. So here's a little look-see, completely different. And I know Dean, who loved my old one, will love this one even more, I'm sure. So raw, real, authentic, that's me. And we go into a little bit about, the voice that understands. I am here because I have been around for a long time after surviving and triumphing over sexual, physical, and mental abuse. So I've got some information about me there. Also some information here, just different little stories and things like that about, the written truth, soul stories, brave pages. And then my blogs will be available, there'll still be all the tabs, but they'll also be available on my front page as well. Like I said, there's some really beautiful photos. I have got a page that will be around Australian or Aussie culture as well. I think it's important. There's a lot of people all over the world that really don't know who or what I am, but more so Australia. So have a look at that. I use the WordPress as the back end of that. And I've worked with, I just got to bring in something here. I've worked with WordPress for years. A lot of people think it's very complicated. It is amazing. Honestly, it does everything that I need. So, have you got a website? Have you thought about maybe updating it or bringing it into the 21st century or wherever? I know that, in our business, it's been spoken about that websites will be available, but have you looked at that? Do you think that how you want your website to look? Do you know what colors that you like? So just excuse me a minute. I just got to scroll back up here. So I just want to share with you some of the tools that I use on my website. So I use Pretty Links, and we know that we had a similar comparison where it can track everything from my website. I know where people are coming in from, how long they're sort of looking at the website for and things like that. So we had something in our business, and I'm not going to say the name of what we had because it was what we had. What's coming hopefully will be better and maybe have a different name. So I use, for email automation, I use MailPoet. Page Builder is Elementor, and photos and templates are Envato. Now, you don't have to know all of these, okay? I'm just sharing with what I use that works for my website. The creativity used, I suppose, in the background. And if you do want to know, please reach out and I will share those things with you as well. And one of the things that I've been using lately that I was put onto was an app called Suno, Suno, and that's where I started creating a lot of my music instrumental backgrounds to my little videos and things like that. Because if you're a Canva user, some of the instrumentals or some of the music that you use with Canva, and then you put them into YouTube, doesn't always work. Okay, and sometimes you can have a copyright or something come up. Yeah, I know, Kenton. It takes a little while, but we're working with Kenton at the moment on his new website as well, and he's starting to really grasp, how important it is to have your name out there and to brand yourself. This isn't just about business. People want to know you. As I said, maybe a week or so ago, people are starting to watch more YouTube because they want to see more personal stuff. The rah-rahs out there, the spending money, the making money, the giving away, all of that's always going to be there. But most people now are coming to the platform of YouTube to be able to watch something that's more personal. When I come to you, and I've come to you on, this platform for quite a while, it's actually a year, believe it or not, when I started sharing about my heart surgery back when it was 9 years ago. Now it's 10. So it has been a while, a whole year. Can you believe that? Incredible. I started out in the dining room and now I'm in the office. So things changed as far as the background goes. But isn't it amazing that we have the ability to be able to listen to people, that bring us information about what we can use, what's happening. I know that, like with Red shares a lot on different topics as well, around marketing and things like that. I'm sort of a little bit of the back end girl, wanting to share how you can do this, and not saying anything against Red. His lives are amazing. So definitely go and watch Red for sure. Okay, so let's move on. So Suno is the one that I use to create a lot of instrumental music, and also where I created, some other songs, my Australian song and things like that. So that was really lovely. So WordPress is what I use. It's been such a reliable platform for me. The site also involves information about me and my book. So when you go to my website, you will hear and see about, my book. That's what I created. And that's been around since 2012 that I've had YouTube. So just remember, I have been around for some time. Have I been a full-on creator in all that time? No, because when I wrote my book, I fell apart. I was off to save the world. I was going to put on my big girl panties and I was out there to save the world. Hi, Ava, lovely to see you. And Sunil, I can see a few different ones coming in. The thing is, I needed saving. I needed to save myself because I'd been hurt so badly over such a long period of time that when I started to release that, it was like, oh my gosh, I need to save me. I need to love me. And I need to take back those years that I was in so much pain and hurt that I just, I needed to save me. And you know what? It took a long time. It took longer than what I thought it would to heal from everything that I had been through. So let's get on with this. So I have a question for you here, if you don't mind answering in the chat. Do you already have a website? Or is it something you've thought about creating to share your story or your work? So have you thought about it? Have you perhaps sort of sat back a bit thinking that our business is going to do it all for us? So if you're going to have something that's created for you, how do you know it's right for you or not so right for you? And that's why I come to you every week and give you different hints and tips about knowing some things, okay? Because you need to know, oh, it's blue. They made it blue, but I don't really like blue. I like it pink. How are you going to change that if you don't know something, okay? How are you going to go, oh, I need to put my content in there, but what do I really need to do? And you know what I mean? So you need to know something. You don't have to be a creative genius. You just have to know something. So have you thought about it, and do you have one? Excuse me just a minute. Sorry, that's just my neighbour is ringing. I'll ring him back when I'm finished here. Okay, so number 4 is Canva. You know, it's my creative playground. Okay, so if you've seen any of my quote posts, which many of you have, if you've gone to my website, if you're friends with me on my Facebook Narelle Warcon author, or on LinkedIn or on YouTube, I'm everywhere. You will have seen some of my creativity. Now, I'm a little bit different. Okay, what comes out of me is usually something that I've seen, heard, read. Sometimes it's just in an instant, and I think, oh, I've got to create something for that. Sometimes I see beautiful pictures and I think, oh, I've got to create that. You know, so creativity can be something that you don't have to put within an hourly. You know, I can't work within that whole. Sorry. I can't work within that creative spot just because I've got between 10 and 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't work like that personally. Maybe you can. Hi, Nabasa, Eric. Hello, Eric. Um, so you do what you do, okay? But when you find something might come to your head, you might find, oh, I really like that. So write it down, because I'm telling you that you will not remember it later, okay? Write it down. It might be just a creative. Like I wrote, Chris has said, you do not need to know the path if you trust the guide. So I wrote that down. You know, whether I make a video out of it or not, I wrote it down for tonight because I thought it was really important to share with everybody if you haven't seen it. So Canva for me is something that I have been using for over 5 years now, and it's honestly one of my favorite creative tools. Can I do better? Absolutely. You know, like, can I be more creative? Can I be like somebody else? Possibly, but I don't want to be like somebody else. You know, I just want to be me. And mine are very simple, just more around the wording, I suppose. But some of the pictures, that one I put up today was played in the beginning. But if you go and have a look at my last video on my YouTube channel, it's the one with the moving red petals. Oh my gosh, it just touched my heart. So I'm hoping that it touched yours. So when you're starting out, whether you're starting out or you've been designing for years, Canva makes it easy to create beautiful, eye-catching content without needing to be a graphic designer. Now, I have designer type experience because I'm a florist, was a florist, had my own florist shops, that's with flowers. And I also worked with interior designers, with homes and decorating within homes with different flowers, or, being creative within a certain room to make it come together. So just remember, you don't have to be a graphic designer. Just go in and get the Canva and get the free version for now. Have a play around and see if it works for you. That's what works well for me. And yes, I started right where you are. You know, I started right from the beginning. It's just that, I always say to people, you can't teach creativity. So go with what suits you. If it's blue that suits you, absolutely, Jean, I believe that. Songs, creativity, things that come up for people have been written on napkins. Absolutely. They don't need to be, you have your computer or your phone. Sometimes I send myself a message on my phone if I don't have paper in front of me. But yes, I'm old school, paper and pen. So my question on this topic is, if I created a mini Canva tips video, would that be helpful to you? So would you like to see me create a little tips video on how to utilize Canva? Okay, would that be helpful to you? Just a step-by-step process on just how to put something together, with a little bit of music, okay, or with some wording, or knowing where the colors are, knowing where the fonts are, how to change things. So those sort of things would be helpful to me if you would like that. So if you can pop that in the chat. So my next topic is my tech. So I use an iPhone, I use a MacBook Pro, and I use a Mac Mini. Yeah, I know. And at first it was very overwhelming for me. Like I still had an iPhone 8 Plus, up until last year when my son bought me an iPhone 15, which was a little bit like, oh, okay, things are different and things get better. So what are you using? And I'm not saying you have to have the best of the best, because I don't, okay? My laptop's about 5 or 6 years old now. But I did, because of my production manager, went into more something, my Mac Mini is fantastic. You don't have to go out there and spend a whole fortune on a brand new big computer, Apple computer. I got a 32-inch TV which sits behind my laptop, and my phone is here. So I can use it every day. And I work across the 3 main devices. So my iPhone is for on the go, capturing and quick posts or taking photos, things like that, like when people ring and things. So my MacBook Pro is more for mobile work or video editing. Because I've got the big screen now, I find that, oh my gosh, how long did I work on a laptop? And why did I work on a laptop? Because it's smaller, So the Mac Mini is connected to a 32-inch screen, which gives me a big workplace for managing multiple platforms at once. I won't tell you how many tabs I've got open. But at the moment, because I'm working on different areas on my website and I'm creating different things within Canva, I leave them all open. I'm just one of those people. I just like to work on what I've got open. But the other day, I think I counted 50 tabs open up the top. I know if you think I'm crazy, you can put that crazy symbol in the chat. I know there's a lot of people that do, and one of them being my production manager, who is way more organized than me. Okay. So this setup gives me the flexibility to create, communicate, and connect wherever I am. So if you're just using a mobile phone, that's fine. You can have your connection there. If you're going to be using, stop it. I don't have 1,000 tabs open. Okay. So the next one, just quickly, because I don't want to hold you up too long, is Google Meet. Google Meet is an online team time. So for meetings with my production manager and others, we support Google Meet. It's simple, reliable, and easy for anyone to join, even if you're not tech savvy. Okay, this is just an easy way to meet up rather than sort of go to Zoom meetings and all of those things all the time. So reach out if you want to know a little bit more about that. It helps keep our communication clear and our projects moving forward. Okay, so I need to be kept on track, because I get a little bit, not sidetracked, but I'm just, oh, I've got to do this, and then I see that, and then I'm doing this, so that's why I have so many tabs open as well. Okay, so over to social media. I hope this is being informative for you tonight. I know it's a little bit different than what we were going to do, but I just need to step away from the emotions of that. So social media, where we stay connected. So where are you? Have you thought about going to different social media platforms? The ones that I use all the time, and which play a big part in how I stay connected with all of you and all of the people that I know. Like Facebook, if you're asking me to be a friend on Facebook, I would say I'm sorry, but I do keep a lot of my personal stuff on Facebook. I have quite a few thousand people on Facebook, especially the personal side of things. But please pop over to my Narelle Warcon author and, like the page over there. You can also contact me via Messenger over there. But yeah, I can't accept, I have over 1,000 friend requests. And, I'd love to add you all, but because I keep it sort of more personal there, and I'm very strict on it. Over the years, you learn who you can and you can't. And so if you're adding just any old person to your page, be aware that you should be checking their profile out, who they are, where they're from, who their friends are, because there's so many hackers and scammers out there these days that pretend to be somebody or know somebody, so be very, very aware. Okay. So my personal Facebook, my author page, which is Narelle Warcon author. So if you search for that and that's what you find, please join me over there. I share some stuff over there. And like I said, you can connect with me there via Messenger. I also have a business page, which I've used for our business, OP, Australia and New Zealand, Oceanic Ambassadors, it's called at this present time. So, join me over there. I share a little bit more over there from business side of things. And I also share some of my videos because I like to make people think. Sometimes we go through life and we get stuck within an area of our life where unless somebody sort of helps lift us up a little bit or makes us think a little bit differently, then we can be stuck there for too long. You don't need to do that. Okay, there's many people around here and definitely in our chat that are beautiful, uplifting, caring people that don't want to see you just stuck in the mud, so to speak. So I have LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a completely different platform, mainly business, but I do pop a few inspirationals over there. I do miss my dear friend Casey Zevenbergen. When he was around, Casey was always very supportive on LinkedIn. We were both sort of connected there, very much so. So Threads is another one. You may not know of Threads, but it's sort of like a sidekick. I don't go in there a lot, and I find that it's probably just another place to waste time. But you can put if you're doing inspirational or if you're doing something in your business and things like that, you can share over there on Threads. And then I had a big platform with Instagram, but I found that it was just so time consuming that I only do that when I actually have time now. So each platform lets me reach different audiences and share pieces of my journey in different ways. So again, think about that. What are you actually trying to do? You're branding yourself. Who are you? What sort of a journey have you had in life? Is there something that you could share with somebody else that might uplift? Is it something in your life that you do as a hobby? Is there something that you do that, might be just something quite unique? Like, I don't know, shaving heads and putting animals. I don't know. I just see these things sometimes. Okay, so the last one, and I know that you've all been very patiently waiting, so thank you and listening. I will come over to the chat just quickly, but one of the ones that I do use, and I've only used this in the last few months, is ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT doesn't take over anything that I do. I put it to there because it helps me with saving time, saving my brain as I get older. I think you all need to have a look at ChatGPT and just start to utilize it for what you need it for right now. Okay, so it's incredibly helpful when I'm working on brainstorming SAS, which is storytelling as a service. Okay, or just need to rephrase something to sound a little more personal. So I don't copy and paste anything from Chat GPT. It's only there. Thank you, Jean. We do love and miss him. It's only there it just helps me to get it all out of here, and it's almost like it knows me, right? So, and then I can personalize it more. So it does help on and save time, it saves me so much time and lets me focus more on what I want to say and how I want it to feel for you. Everything I come to you, you see me. Sometimes I read stuff because I've prepared things prior, so I don't want to miss anything. And sometimes when it's personal, I come to you, you see I'm talking to you. This is not Chat GPT or any AI, making things come through my mouth. Okay. Whatever comes out is usually from my heart. And like I said, I hope I bring value of some sort to you each week. Yeah. So there you go. Those are some of the tools and platforms I use every single day to create, connect, and inspire. If you're just getting started, don't be overwhelmed. Start small. Choose one or two tools that feel right for you. Okay, and build from them. Like I said, reach out if you want to know any of the names that we've used, any of the apps that we use, any of those. Yeah, absolutely, Alva. I know. I can see some of the times you can see where other people have used it. I make it more me. I don't like I said, but that's just me. Okay, and I'm a writer, and I like expressive type words. So I will ask it, but I just don't copy and paste it from there. So if you're just getting started, so reach out if you want to know any of those tools, because like I said, we're still in that waiting period. However, things are moving forward, and I wanted to go on there. So I'm just going to finish off here. You don't need to do it all at once. If you've got any questions about any of the platforms, just drop a comment in the chat. I'm always happy to help. So that will finish it off. And all I want to say is stay inspired, stay connected, and keep going. Okay. You're all here because you'll keep going. You're all here because you trust in that vision, in that mission of our dear Ash. So like I said, there's been some changes and upheavals, and everything's happening, but we're getting more news every few days about what's sort of happening a little bit. He did say that he would come out more. So if you haven't heard that there was O News 4 today, then you're probably one of the only ones who haven't heard about it. Okay, so we know that the word gets out there very quickly. It goes around many platforms, many people, whether it's in WhatsApp or all over the place on the social medias. If one sees it, then we all know about it very quickly. Sometimes a little bit longer if it's during the night. Thank you so much, Vivine. I love you. And thank you so much for your support always. Like I said, I'll be in contact soon. I just got to get through this little bit of a emotional time in my life, and it is just one of those things. When you have a big heart, you can't just step away. I have people go, well, people are going to die, and it's like, yeah, but this is my neighbor. And they're just so sweet, and couldn't think of being or doing anything for anyone right now. Like I said, I've come to you because this is my weekly show. It's not been easy, but I took it away from the emotions and just made it about, the tools, applications, and everything that I use, rather than talk about and get too emotional about things. So I'm just going to go over so remember also, we do have the memberships. I'm not worried about that today, but I do want you to listen to the song at the end again. The words in the song, you are amazing. You can shine. You are the light. Okay, the light isn't down the end of the tunnel. It's in here. And you have the ability to choose whether you stand up and shine, right? And you have every right to do that. You have every right to shine. Don't let anybody take away that glow, that inner shine, that light from within you. Just make sure you step up for yourself and be there for yourself, and many others will be attracted to your strength. Okay, so I shared all of that, and I've shared about the shine information. So I just want to say, remember to stand tall. I'm going to come over to the chat now quickly. Sorry, my eyes are getting quite but yeah, I do appreciate each and every one of you. So let me just scroll up here a bit, because I know there was some chat here. Thank you, Jean. You would like that Canva tip video. Please allow me a few weeks while I get through this emotional time, and I will put something together. Excuse me while I have a little drink. Sorry. When you're in hospitals, it tends to dry you out a lot too, and I've been up there most of today. So, oh, Jean, we need to switch you over. Once you've had a Mac, you don't go back, Jean. But anyway, not everybody uses iPhone, and not everybody likes Macs or the Apple computers. I just find that they're very, very good, and I've been using them since 2011. So everything just connects and just works together. So, Mark, you're not funny. You are a whirling dervish. Heck. What the heck is a whirling dervish, Jane? I've never heard of that before. There seems to be some new words coming out. I think Red and Jane had one the other night too. Devil, dagger, dangle, Jane. I've never heard of that one before either. When you're searching for meaning, direction, or simply a sense of connection, Narelle is all three. Thank you so much, Kenton. I do appreciate it. Kenton is working so vigilantly in the background on his website and doing a fantastic job, might I say. So one day we may have Kenton on, or we'll be able to share out his website link so that you can go and have a look at how creative he's become. When you think you can't is the best time to say, I'm going to. Okay, when you think you can't is the best time to say, I'm going to. This is something that I can do. You know, we all believe in you. Like I said, I come here every week to tell you how worthy you are. You just need to make that choice to step up and do some of the work, okay? And a lot of it is here, and all you need to do is reach out. If you come here each week, you can ask me a question. You can send me a personal message. Go over to my Narelle Warcon author, send me a personal message there. Like the page, like some of the videos while you're there. You know, we don't. It's not that you don't create, but I've been creating for a long time. Not only prior to our business, but also within our business. You know, to do that daily, or nearly almost daily, or sometimes it was, twice daily. Oh, well, you'll need to send it to me now because I can't see it in the chat. So thank you, Jean, for being so. You got to go and Google it. Okay, so yeah, we love and miss Casey, absolutely. Pat, thank you so much for joining in. I know that it's all hours of the morning for you. Something that we've all got used to over the years about just preparing ourselves if we're going to go on a webinar or live. Jean, please remember to send that link from Andy Burke's, and I think yourself and Red are on that. Please remember to send that through to me in a private message. Yes, like I said, I hope, Ava, thank you so much for joining us from Bangladesh. Ava could be flat out on the lounge at the moment, but she's not. She's here. Like I said, there's a lot of links, a lot of things that I've spoken about tonight. I wanted to just bring you the information about what I'm using because some of you might be going, well, that's okay, but what does she use? You know, that's okay, but will that work for me? And like I said, a lot of this is trial and error that I've already done, that my production manager and I have created and put together so that it's easier for you guys to just go, you know what, I can do this. Just like Kenton, who may have thought in the beginning, this is why do I need this? It does come forward after you start designing and creating and talking about yourself, and the content is so amazing as to why people love you. People want to know about your life. You've been told for so many years that you got nothing to share. What are people going to listen to you? You know, but you have a lot to share, and those people need to go and just sit in the corner until they can think nicer things, because you have a lot to share, and that's what people are absolutely looking forward. Yeah, I know, Kenton, thank you. And again, Vivine coming in from Western Australia, thank you so much, my dear friend. Saraj, you are an absolute pleasure all around the place. Wherever you put a post or whatever, Saraj is there. So thank you. Rashab, thank you so much for joining us. I'll just flick through here quickly so we don't go too far over time. Patricia again, Abdul, thank you so much. Any of those who are joining in, if I've forgotten or missed your name tonight, please forgive me. Like I said, it's been a big week, and today's been even harder. So Ojana, thank you so much. Listening but working. Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you so much for listening in. Reach out anytime. Sunil, Kenton, just quickly going through, Abdul. Jean, again, thank you so much for joining us every week. I haven't heard back from Willow yet, but I am putting together that selection of books that Willow spoke about. So just bear with me while I get that all organized as well. I pray that she is doing okay. Like I said, I haven't heard much, so I know that there was, still bad storms and floods and things like that. So what we need to do is we need to reach out to one another. We need to keep praying if you're a prayer. If not, keep those people in your thoughts, keep uplifting them, because there's many things happening in our world. We don't need to be fully a part of that. We are aware of it, okay? If you're aware of what's happening, don't get caught into the negativity of it, okay? Because that's exactly what they want you to do. get caught into it, then you're fearful, then you're depressed, and then you have anxiety, and it just goes round and round in circles. Be around those people who uplift you. Be strong. You are amazing. You are so beautiful and worthy. And I can't tell you enough what that means to me, that you come and support me each week. Share it out if you find that it's been of value today, and with some of those applications and the things that I use. Please make sure that you keep uplifting others, but keep uplifting yourself. Okay, these are important times right now. Remember to keep an eye on your back office in your OES, because the O news is coming out fairly speedily. Okay, like I said, the theme song is going to be at the end again with the words. Please listen to it, because I find it quite uplifting. I'll just listen to it during the day sometimes to help uplift my spirits. You are sharing some amazing stuff, Jean. I've seen some of yours. Today has not been a good day to answer, but I have seen some of those things that you share out there on Facebook. Keep doing that. Okay, keep doing that. Keep uplifting. Keep sharing beautiful, positive things, because the world needs that right now. So I'm going to finish off and say thank you so much for joining in today. I know that it was a changed direction as far as the topic goes. However, that's how I felt I needed to go today. Just reading, I do love your theme song. Thank you so much, Dan. I do too. And yeah, like I said, reach out if you need to know anything more. Come back with questions next week. I will have a topic for you next week. Just please bear with me while I get that organized, and what to do and what to talk about. But again, you're all loved. You are all a blessing. You're meant to be here right now, and part of that is to uplift humanity, and you can do that right now by just being kind. Okay, kindness costs absolutely nothing, and a smile, a hug, a handshake, a hello, are you okay, do you need anything, all of those things can make one other person's life just incredible. I just want to say this quickly before I go. A few weeks ago, probably a month or so ago, I got a message from Prathat Kushi. You may remember him. He used to attend a lot of webinars and things like that. Prathat lives in India. He got married, and guess what? Just recently, they had a baby boy. Kashal, I think his name is. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I'm not saying this because I want you to think that this is what I do all the time, but I sent a little gift over from Australia, a little kangaroo and a little outfit with a kangaroo on for their beautiful little boy. Prathat was always a very supportive, and still is, but I'm just saying, life goes on. He got married, they had this little baby. I was so excited for him that I sent this little gift. Now, it took a couple of weeks to get that, but he received it yesterday, and oh my gosh, I feel just so full of joy. They are just so excited that they got a present from Australia. It just brought such joy to my heart. It wasn't what I gave. It was just the fact that they were so happy, and his parents and the whole community is so excited because they got a gift from Australia. That's how simple it can be. That's how simple it can be. Yes, I bought a little gift, but the fact that you could reach out to somebody, you could send a card. How special would that be? Cards don't cost the earth to send all over the world. You could, message somebody in a private message. Just remember, there are people out there who need you, okay? I love you, and I want to thank you once again for being here this week on Who, What, Where Wednesday. We will be back next week. Take care and stay blessed. Love to you all. Bye for now. Don't forget the song. Listen for the song.
Woke up with a dream in my pocket. Took a step and I couldn't stop it. Every stumble lit a fire inside. Now I walk with my head held high. Lessons learned and bridges burned. Still I rise. post, every smile. From the hustle to the heart, every ending's a brand new start. Turning passion into plans, now I'm dancing where I stand. I don't chase, I'm magnetized, my journey's written in the skies. If you're watching, hear me say, you're a light to find your way. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, you've got every right. You are special, let it show. Be yourself and let it flow. Stand out, don't dim your glow. You were born to steal the show. Shine, shine like you mean it. Shine so bright they can't believe it. If they doubt you, let them talk. You're the thunder when you walk. Turn your truth up past the 10. You're the spark, ignite again. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, set the world alight. You're special, let it show.